Right, we should be all good. I've had the signals back. I don't know what happened there, but we're all good. To show, this is where we were, dialogue-wise. We did have stand-up. Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion. Well, well. Looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought. Attorneys are ghastly creatures, with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly swarm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over. Alright, I take that back. Alright. None of his praying can sway the truth of my insight. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways. Oh, then, Mary of Lemons. The divination serenance, if you would. Certainly. Naya, my robe.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your
name. Sorry.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Okay. And I think I have a phone like under the wire, but I've moved the wire out the way, so we shouldn't have problems, but we'll see. So this is... No, I'll explain more when we actually get to see it fully. Alright. The far best way to say it is, think of this as a new form of testimony we have to work with. Essentially, yeah, just think of it as a new testimony we have to work with here. Memory voice. Hey. What just happened? An image appeared in the pool. A final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his Mitama. The divination serenance has revealed this to us. Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communication. Project a victim's memory of the last few moments before their demise. So what we saw in the poll is what Mr. Roll actually experienced? In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it. This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad. Now, do you see why I'm the incredible pain? More than I can express. Even if those are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them? There it is. That's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how I've waited. How long I've waited to see this. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty? Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Are you now finally convinced, traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty. Am I really the only unbiased one here? Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. You'll be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs. The Defense Culpability Act? What's that? What? You mean you honestly don't know? No. What's with all the hubbub? Well. Not only is he lying black-hearted lawyer, he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him. Yes, I think I better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DA Act, well DC Act for short, is as followed. In the name of her emissary, forget it. I'll figure it out eventually, or pronounce it right eventually. Those who support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he. What? What kind of insane law is that? Under the DC Act, many an attorney have been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney. That's as it should be. The history of our court proves that attorneys are black-souled creatures who won't tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated. I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright. Your win streak against me and my rudder ends today. With sentence and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge. So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie. Chased out and humiliated back home, Fate brought me to the foothills of Karayan. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now. Hence, know that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too. That explains Albie's reaction earlier. Defend me, Mr. Wright? What are you saying? You can't do that. Your Majesty, isn't that prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. One should pay for such crime with one's life. Yes, I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. The death penalty? No way. You're kidding, right, Your Majesty? Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life and your dark tainted soul on the line here. This can't be happening. The courts of assignment. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land where my Sentence provides the truth and no attorney can intervene. Criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate. Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you one more. Are you sure you still want to defend the accused? There's Maya to think of in all this too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? We'll see if we're going to continue. Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in. All I can do now is stand firm and fight. Well, don't hold your tears back in my account, Phoenix, right? Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
Even if it means to being subject to the Defense Culpability Act, I will defend Albie. Oh, you're right, because this is the new Phoenix, right? We got a new variation of his theme. What? Mr. Right? How do you flip those boxes? The defense insists he's innocent. The defense insists he's innocent. And not even the sentence should be accepted without examination. Kula! But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even though not, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. Barb-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes. Your benevolence. Believe me when I say this this attorney will knock your insides out. Insolent, disrespectful attorney! You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm. Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered you to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. But this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads. The souls of the departed speak only the truth. But give them their message a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it. So this is the thing. We get to see the divination first, and then we have to look at the inside. Find any inconsistencies that match it. The accused swung whatever he was holding down at the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. And this is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion? These are the victim's experiences just before his death. As the victim's memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do we break this down? Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, Defense. Did you notice the words that appear in the sentence vision? Come to think of it, I did see words, like Song of Ceremony and Incense. The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls. So what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appears in the vision as words, right? Precisely. And by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's last final moments with unparalleled clarity. Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. To find a contradiction between her insight and the vision. Your benevolence! I ask that you please show me the sense vision again. Very well. Oh, I was trying to save, but nope. I apparently can't do it while the vision's present. Wait a minute. Oh, now I can't. The benevolence said after the morning in Dance of Devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? First, I'll use the left stick to make my way to the inside that seems off. Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. And I'll just carefully compare this insight with the sense vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll triangle it. This is it. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the inside. Nah, I just have to select the sensation I think is inconsistent and present it.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. Yes, what is it, Barbed Head? You're saying the incident occurred after the morning in Dance of Devotion, right? That's right. What of it? There isn't. Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the Song of Ceremony? Oh my! You're absolutely right! Is that all that troubles you? Huh? What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony. Practice run? What are you talking about? Mr. Payne, if you would. Certainly, allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the intervals between the morning and afternoon dances. During the time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement. See, so what the victim heard was that of practice session. There goes my contradiction. Okay, they were practicing in the performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me. Ask away, Your Majesty. It's a big temple. The performance hall and treasure room are quite far apart from each other. Can the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room? That's right. It's a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne? No, so what I did was I took the wire out, put it back in, and then just closed my thing, closed the Streamlabs down and reopened it, and it fixed itself. No idea what happened. It's only happened twice, so I'm not in at least 3 times, I think. So I don't think it's as bad. I think it was just a weird wire connection problem. Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room at the Pearl Temple, including the treasure room. Oh, that's right! Speakers? Alright. For what purpose? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They are to broadcast the sacred music at the performance hall for at the temple. Okay, maybe. I don't think it's too much. Anyway, that's why the victim could hear the song of the ceremony in the Santa's vision. Like I said, I don't think we need to worry about it too much, so we'll just keep on. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall, heard all over the speakers. Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me. Think nothing of it. Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insight for us? Very well. Insight has been revised. Song ceremony, the victim was of the practice run for right the temple speakers. I think I'm getting the hang of this. I pointed out an inconsistency. She'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all her insights out of the after all. I better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. It's hard to focus on insights with the Santa's vision going. I'll try pause the temporary stop the vision. There, I paused the vision. I can use circle and square to jump to different parts of the vision. Try moving the mark to the flashing red point here. Okay, now that I know how to get around the Santa's visions, it's time to find inconsistencies between the insight and the vision.
Objection!
Oh shoot, I'm gonna restart. Oh man, I'm gonna have to redo that first part again. Shoot! Right, it was the statement!
Objection!
Give me a sec, let me get it all set up again. I jumped the gun a little. Alright. I forgot to save it. Alright. Right. Okay, good news is I can save in the middle of these.
Objection!
Why did I shoot that shotgun on? Right. The pain of fish.
Objection!
It was the other. I had the right idea, just the wrong statement. You know, because I keep doing that. You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Of course, as anyone with eyes can see. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Oh! Everything goes black, and then, only after that, the victim feels pain. Inconceivable! This place is the order of events at odds with what you said happened. My word! Paul Luca! Luna, your benevolence, what is the meaning of this? I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy. What if what the defense says is true? This is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore.
Objection!
Now, let's not be too hasty, your majesty. I think I can clear this up. You have something to add, Mr. Payne? 1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear. And what would that be? On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. As I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind. Or rather, you knew all along and our only line of slip nigh that is convenient, Pain. The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers. Oh! There was a blackout there, was there? Well, nah. That explains everything, does it not? You mean but your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would. The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head. You see, that makes perfect sense, your benevolence. So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depths of your insight is awe-inspiring, your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. No, none. Long. Oh, you may live in this. Hey, I want to live long and prosper too. Enough applause. You flatter me. Now, your benevolence, in light of this new information. Yes, of course. I will alter my insight. Insight has been revised. One can safely assume that accused struck the victim the moment after the blackout began. So much for my inconsistency. At least I was able to draw out some new info. And with new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Now to compare the insight with the vision again and see what else I can dig up. Let's try this. If not, well, restart.
Objection!
Nope. I definitely think I'm... I remember if it gives us a new... Okay, no, it starts again. Alright. We tried that already. We tried that. That was... Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah!
Objection!
Thank you. I was overthinking that one. Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communication power is, it's not infallible. You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherent of Koreanism. Vance, watch what you say. You don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind. It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums. But maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking. What, Marloriki? I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the song of ceremony thanks to the temple's speakers. Then, how do you explain how the victim could still hear the song of ceremony even after the power went out? Oh! This contradiction of facts can only mean that the song of ceremony Miss Rolf heard was not coming from the speakers. What? Impossible! What are you saying? That the song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation. But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall. Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless... You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else. Somewhere closer to the performance hall. Okay, for that reason, it's been, what? A long time since I played this game. I cannot remember I cannot remember some of the stuff. Cause I played it I think I played this case day one of the game, so yeah. And I can't remember when this game came out, personally. What? You can't be serious! There was a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecutions. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined. What? No! This is completely unprecedented. Oh wow, okay. It's near 10 years since this game came out, and that makes way more sense. An inconsistency with her benevolence insight? Unbelievable! Heed not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer, a feeble bruise from a feeble mind. But the contradictory revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it. But the defense assertion is, in the end, meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen of the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand. I hate to admit it, but she's right. The science fiction still makes the situation look really grim for Albie. I doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why the accused had his hands over his head. Well, the defense stars the dream, making it out of this nightmare alive. You what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if you find out you're just wagging it. Of course I can back up my claim. Just as soon as I think of something. You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I gave you permission to try and prove your claim. As long as you're willing to stake your life on it. I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop chop. Chop chop? Yes. Let's let the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop chop. Stop. Stop. I hear that line lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one. Alex, these people are actually serious? I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have held his hand up like that? Aha! So that's why. The reason the defense had his hand held over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. That explains why Albie had his hand raised above his head. A gun! As in the science fiction, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday. Did? Where did you see such a thing? When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest. Oh, are you saying the victim was a security guard and an armed one at that? The defense proposed that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie. And that's when the defendant's hands were raised in the air. Look. Who would have thought in the science fiction could be interpreted that way? This is not possible. It can't be. Not bad for a total knockout. I dare that lawyer devil go against her benevolence. He's no better than the traitorous snake, the Rook. Traitorous snake? Rook? Who's that? No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights? There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it. That's right, your benevolence. I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for less majesty. For least majesty. What? Yeah, you said it. Throw him in jail. Yes, make him pay for the way he disrespected her benevolence. Ugh. These people are definitely my fans right now. That's right, exterminate him! Peace? Give me peace! I said peace! Now everyone, please calm down. I'm more of the order of the court kind of guy, but I guess that works too. See? Your Majesty, please assign this black-carded attorney a suitable punishment. No, I can't charge him with least majesty. What? What? But why not, your Majesty? He was simply following the proper procedures for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that. But, your Majesty, don't you want him wrapped? Don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give him your verdict? Why not just give your verdict, sorry? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife. We can't end the trial now. Not when we just learned new information about the case. Your Majesty, not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction? Truly, it is shocking. But the 20 plus years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency. And it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law. You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer? No, my faith is as strong as ever. But I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, your benevolence, I'm afraid I must request your removal of from this courtroom. Royal priestess or not. What? I'll have you know... Your benevolence? Please acquaintance in this, your benevolence. It looks could kill. I won't forget this offense, Barbhead. I do not admit defeat. I won't. Aleph, please see her benevolence out. Your me will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. Demon Star will. They'll pluck the bar right out of your stupid head. Right off your stupid head, sorry. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful. And I hope they throw you into like a burning fire. Yeah, and then I guess she's still just a teenager after all. Guess she's just one of those faces. Now then, defense. Mr. Light, was it? That's right, your Majesty. Phoenix Wright. Of course, Mr. Wright. My apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, your Majesty. Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This does not mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court. I understand, your Majesty. Whew. Maybe now we can finally run a real trial. Arguments, your Majesty? Very well. I accept your challenge. Huh? What's with him? Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just... it's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him and his case instead. What do you mean by that, prosecutor? I told you, it's Chief Prosecutor. Yes, because that's the thing to focus on right now. Okay. The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused? Oh, indeed. Because the accused was about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation. What? That does sound pretty logical, actually. It doesn't help the accused situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty. Yes, I have to agree. Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. Guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. A hand truck for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that. And after all that hard work to knock down those insights, back into the old familiar corner once more. Is it right? Do you have a rebuttal? I'm drawing a total blank here. I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold. I ask you a question, defense. Got nothing. I can't think of any ground for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened? You don't have to say anything, accused. All for his evil trap, and you will only dirty your own soul. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do. Yeah, Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end for both of us? Sorry. I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me they're bad people who help dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me, would actually believe in me, would risk his own life for me. I never would have even imagined it. Albie. So that's why I lied. I tried to save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too. What? Allow me to explain! Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things. To be honest, I went into the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box. Even though the temple told you you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it? Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Earl even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful. The way it glows in the dark, I couldn't help myself. Wait, it glows in the dark? That's right. It's covered in this special mineral called fluorinite that makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame that they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours at the temple if they did? If only I applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier. It glows in the dark. It's literally the only thing it puts in there. On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again when I ran into Mr. Roll on the great stairs. So those were not the treasure room stairs in the Sense vision. No, they were not the great stairs that connects. Sorry, they were the great stairs that connects to the hallway. Makes sense. The vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs. And we're gonna go and find out to the court record at depicting the temple treasure room area. All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had a scarf over his mouth. I couldn't raise expression at all. Just then, the power went out. So I took the chance to hightail out of there. I ran for my life. And when I try to think back on it, all I can remember is the gun and the piercing look at Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped my notice scroll. Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room, along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs? Yeah. What is it, LP? I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me. A grand speech. One that confirms my suspicion that you were the thief.
Objection!
It's possible the victim simply misread the situation.
Objection!
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had a good reason to be suspicious of the accused. Why does every new piece of information have to be so incriminating? Yeah. Shadow, what do I do? Shadow. And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hand? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure had been stolen. Okay, and then, just after that... he ran to the accused. I'll be your guide. Oh, that's not what happened. Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused. Ah! Flying dog! What now? Hey, Shadow, down boy! Well, what do we have here? I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow. You nearly gave me a heart attack! That's what was making his bag move. Can you quiet that yappy mutt down? Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake. You can understand him? Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense. I beg your pardon? You are not thinking of crossing an animal, are you? Of course not, Your Majesty. Not this time, anyway. Because what he crossed a pirate and an orca right now. Yeah, that's about it right now. Whew. I'm glad to hear that. I thought I had to reassure my assessment of your sanity for a second there. I think I better reassess my strategy, and fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim, or were sunk. While it's true that the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, that does not mean someone else could have struck the victim at that time. If you're going to go that far, then I hope you meet. This means you have another angle of approach ready. Exactly. I mean, who but the accused, standing front and center, could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture. Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know you can think up something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from? Wait, I can save. Just let's try the corridor. Then the card storeroom. There's this. Where? Using the treasure. Stuff out. But lies claptrap every time you open your mouth. Hi, Fire Laura. Might I say it would be very just like you to give him a penalty at this time. Indeed. Come on, Phoenix. There's gotta be something more convincing than that. The treasure box as the murder weapon. The culprit. No.
Take that!
Oh. Wait, I did. Chambers. Oh, wait.
Take that!
Why did I fit? Ah, I overthought that.
Take that!
Right behind the victim. With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? From behind, you say? I see. Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good. And now at least I have some breathing room. But who do you suppose it could have been? Oh, the true culprit. Naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder. The true culprit? I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that? I should have known I have to explain everything. Alright. If you assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. Then Mr. Roland appeared, making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hallway. You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it. You have nothing but baseless conjecture. So funny if I had the right idea, I just approached it wrong. I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie, when did you run into Mr. Roland in the hallway? Was there anyone around in the storeroom area? I don't know. There might have been someone there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the end of the hallway. See, swing and a miss. Oh, General says that someone was there. I see. Thank you for that. That testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke? Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. But that doesn't mean that true culprit could have been there in the hallway. You're desperately floundering to get hard. It's getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink. What are you talking about? Unfortunately for you, Only the accused and the victim were there in that hallway at the time of the incident. How can you continue to make that assertion? Because there was a witness. A very reliable eyewitness. What? Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand. Well, an eyewitness to the stand, hmm? It's been decades since that's happened. And unlike the defense witness, you can rest assured that there's no pets involved. That was a low blow. Very well, I'll allow it. An eye for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand! Right, this is the most out of place witness we've had. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Has been asked Alamistin. That's the name. I'm like the Pharaoh's Temple head monk, can you dig? Oh! It isn't Instructor Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon. You're an eyewitness? Instructor? Not only is Mr. Austin Dillon Pharaoh's Temple head monk, but he's also a renowned Damalan expert. Sorry to have to ask, what's a Damalan? Check it! Here she is, my sweet serenader. My one and only. Groovy, right? Did you hear our solo sounds once before, brother? Gun and tiger battle. That's the song from the Dance of Devotion. Right on, brother. Song of ceremony. Playing this tune all together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? Song of ceremony. A song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother. May the righteousness sound of my Damalan serve as my offering to you. Wonderful! A great performance as always. This is my thing, you know, my bag. I make instruments speak, baby. By the by, Majesty Pops. No Dalman class today. No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime. Thanks to the lawyer over there. As the judge wanted to attend was a Damalan lesson? Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust the lawyer, man. But transgressions against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Asenhandin. As the treasure's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen. Yeah, man. That was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Asenhandin? That's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure. Your box key. And I keep it on me at all times, can you dig? But the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man. That's the key to the treasure box, isn't it? You know it, baby. It's called the Makatama Key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk of Tempuran Temple. Nakatama key, huh? Nakatama key. I think we're the sole key for opening the treasure box. Asindama keeps it on his person at all times. And now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever gonna face Her Holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Why do I always get the far out ones? Mr. Astin Tadam, you witnessed the accused and the victim enter. Are heading to the treasure room? You know, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the transgressors, man. Yes, of course. I'll do all I can. In the name of Her Holiness, I vow to sing not but the truth I swear to bring. Hit me! What I saw, baby. After the morning dance of devotion. To go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Don't you know my chamber's on the way? To the temple's treasure room, eh? Hey! Any small footsteps? I can quite hear. Anyone to the treasure room goes near? Alpi was the only one. Alpi was the only one. Before the black rat went other than roll. Only Alpi to the treasure room did troll. Tell me I was hallucinating just now. Like, can you believe Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? Harsh, man. I share your sentiment. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Asting Camden? What? You found the body as well? He really is a key witness, Dan. That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. There's circuit boxes near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job. You feel me? The breakers are on the first floor hallway in front of the storeroom. Sorry. On the way, I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man. Really harsh but mellow. I knew something wasn't conquer, so I swung by the treasure room to see what was won. And it was like, whoa, man! There was poor Mr. Rowe, dead as a doornail. That's not good. In the intervals between the end of the dance of devotion and the blackout, the only ones who went to the scene through the crowd were the victim and the accused. So you can see, Mr. Ansteen Tandillan was unsaleable account, and it's what led to the accused's arrest. Hold in! Isn't it possible the murder took place before the end of the dance of devotion? I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance. He was? Would you like some proof? I insist, a photo of that morning's dance of devotion, taken by a tourist. My, what graceful dancing! I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Damalonai. This is gonna get very weird. Hard to pronounce very quickly. It's right. You're supposed to roll on duty. Never underestimate the incredible pain. So in addition to the rapist's insights, he has backup evidence lined up too, huh? That's the devotion photo as the court record. As head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids, like family. Can you dig it? I should have taught Albie better, man. Before Her Holiness, the Holy Mother. Oh, Albie, confess your sins, my young brother. Head monk Aston, tell them. I didn't kill Mr. Roll, so I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother. What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? Spare the rod. Hey, baby. Spoil the child? Not maybe. Her Holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose she could forgive him in this realm first. Hence, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, we're gonna have normal cross-examination music, by the way. We don't get the guitar. Well, the damalo.
Hold it!
I have a question. Lay it on me, man. How dare you interrupt the performance of the great Haslumin at Astintanden? Why are the names so goddamn long? I was really enjoying that. I'm not enjoying the name calling. Pronouncing that name so many times. Sorry, but you know, there's something about that name I can't put my finger on. What's so funny about Haslumin Astintanden? You have a question for me, brother? You were playing something during the Dance of Devotion, weren't you? You know it, baby. I was playing my beautiful girl right here, the Stamala. In offering to Her Holiness, I play the music, and the singers sing the song of the ceremony. Mr. Tindalan, Mr. Asista Andistan is playing is the best in the kingdom. It must please Her Holiness greatly. Now then, could you please continue with your testimony, Mr. Adisinston? For the Holy Mother, I'll keep on trucking. This time still needs some plucking.
Hold it!
Could you please point out one more time where your chamber is located? Yeah, man, no sweat. My chamber is on the way from the performance hall to the treasure room. So anyone going to the treasure room would have to pass by on Distance's chamber. Give Lubis a chance.
Hold it!
Oh, okay. So even from the inside of your chamber, you can still hear what's going on outside? Oh, okay. Tamura Temple is a groovy old building built from Mother Nature's finest. You can hear the pin drop through the wooden walls, you dig? Yeah. I'm worried when we do. I think he's probably the only one with the tongue twister. I can't remember anymore, though. Oh shit! I remember another name, but it's a long ass name. In an old building like that, I guess the walls must be pretty thin. And that's how Mr. Anston at this time could know the culprit's movements. It's all thanks to the Holy Mother's divine protection. Right on, my man. You know what? I can't be bothered with the name. What was his name? I'm just gonna call him. I'm gonna give him a nickname. Guitar Monk. I just can't be bothered learning his real name. I dedicate this testimony to Her Holiness. No, scratch that, would you? Never mind. I don't know anymore.
Hold it!
How can you tell it was Albie from the sound of some footsteps? Albie is practically family, man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick up. But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Alright. Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall? I was going to see if there's an actual way we can actually pronounce his name. No way, man. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. Oh. God damn it. Just a tongue twister name, damn it. You saw him? In the treasure room. This you can believe. My peepers peeped the sneaky sneak Albie. And tell us where was you stood when you saw the accused, if you would. And I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. From my window I can see the window on the first floor hallway across the courtyard, you dig? And through that window I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Should I have him add this testimony to his statement? Testimony? Shit. Would you please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Asiniston? You got it, brother. Through the window, I despised little Albie with my own eye.
Hold it!
Oh, shh. You know, maybe this guy's name is just so bad. It's just weird. Naturally, now. I just saw this other like languages. His name is. I don't know if it's any easier or harder. For the window, you say? That's right, brother. There's a courtyard outside the window of my chamber. Across the courtyard, I can see the window of the hallway to the treasure room, man. Judging from the diagram, yes, that's possible. A view from the courtyard from your chamber. How nice that must be. I bet it's beautiful at this time of year. Public Chinese butterflies flying about. You know what, Pops? I often look out into the courtyard while playing my gamelan. Look, before I mention what this name, because I don't think anyone's going to correct. And it goes a little something like this. Oh, it's like his name is apparent. It's a play on the. What's so funny about it? Peace, love, and understanding. A 1974 song by English singer/songwriter Nick Lowe. And was simply covered by Elvis Costello and Curtis Singer. Oh, okay. Just follow right for this guy's name. Before I did that.
Hold it!
How can you be so sure that nobody else was there? Whoa, man, you are larger. You're the tightest they say. Isn't it possible that someone else could have stuck past? The answer, my friend, is squiggly wooden floorboards, baby. They make such a racket, not even the quietest cat could sneak by me, you dig? Yes, that makes sense. And all of that just now was simply more than the attorney's unfounded suspicions, I see. That's the truth, baby. That's all I sing. The truth is all. It's everything. Words of the wisdom, words of the truth. Baby, tooth or smooth phone booth. Much thanks to Mr. Let's bring an end to the defense's grandstanding. You're not stopping me until my client goes free. Wait a minute. Why am I singing? Right on. Even the lawyer's joining in, baby. Everybody's starting to feel the groovy vibes from a far out rhythm. I refuse to let him run the show. I think I found the flaw I've been looking for. A distance. Oh, okay. Thank you. A distance. Thank you. We'll just call him a distance then. I've been wondering about that for near 10 years. Yeah, distance was in his chamber on the second floor. There was something that's definitely should have been blocking his view. Think of two things. Let's start with this.
Objection!
Not the diagram. Temperature problem with this piece of evidence. I guess that's not it. Or your defense shenanigans, is it? Well, I won't stand for it. In the name of the Holy Mother, I give you this penalty. Wait a minute. First off,
Objection!
one of those. Oh. Okay, I may have misread the whole name. I have a few things. Let's try the... Through the window with this vibe, little obby. I do think it's this. Think a little bit more. Any first steps I do think it's this statement.
Objection!
Okay, better. Let's at least do the two mistakes first, and then we'll. So at least give us the thing.
Objection!
I don't know why I tried that. Oh, sorry. I'm just skipping through this. Yeah. Here it is. Really use a partner to consult with rather than I. You seem to be having a hard time. Can't do anything about your little friend. I feel bad for your poor subordinates. I know us pick up your slack after all. Come on, I'll show him. Put your head back into Phoenix. You can do this. If I think back to everything I've heard, yes, that one statement's fishy. So it is that statement. Well, we do the usual thing. Percent till we get the right evidence.
Objection!
And immediately found it because of an idiot. There's something off about that, Mr. Assistance. My music is off. I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Maybe this 5 ain't top in the charts where you from. What's your poison, orchestra? Jazz soul. There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness. Something's not quite right with your eyes. Also, in terms of music, mine's just by how the song plays. Mr. Resistance, you've been lying to this court. Now why would I lie? I got nothing to hide. Truth and Lord, it's all I sing. Lying you are? Nah, lying at nothing. I'm content otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Assistance? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? In this notice, the following instructions to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut until... for today's stance of devotion. Oh, shoot, we forgot about this! Due to the growing number of thefts around the temples, we will be tightening security throughout. Therefore, all of the temple's shutters will remain shut for today's stance of devotion. Oops. Forgot I didn't check the evidence. Oops. What you talking about, Phoenix? I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone going into the treasure room through those shutters. Yeah. Looks like you didn't get the memo. No way. I don't believe it, man. If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notice for yourself? Let's see. Something for something. Is that your idea of reading? I'm not so hot at reading Koreanese, man. I usually get one of those other monks to read stuff for me, you know? Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult? Hey, cut me some slack, man! I only moved to this country 6 months ago. That's quite recent, isn't it? So, how did someone who could only be here 6 months become head monk of a temple? Hi, little, you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. I've only been an adherent of Koreanese for 3 months myself. The Holy Mother's teachings really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country. Probably not a certain prosecutor back in there had cut your salary by like 90%, I'm assuming. Was it the fact that there were new lawyers here that spoke to you, huh? Mr. Penn, I just know how you feel, my man. Her Holiness teachings spoke to me too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Well, I know why Penn suddenly became a believer of Koreanism, but could Adistance have had an ulterior motive for becoming a believer too? Mr. A Distance, were you really in your chamber as you claim? What? Hey, be chill, brother. Weren't you instead somewhere else?
Objection!
Mr. Wright? What kind of nonsense are you spouting now? According to Mr. Distance's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest he could have seen Albie from somewhere else? Well, do you have a theory, defense? You know where Mr. Asdistance was, if not in his chamber? He wasn't in his room, and Albie had gone down the hallway towards the treasure room. There are only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then? The defense proposed this is the only place he could have been. The defense proposed this is the only place he could have been to see Albie go down the hall. How did I have such problems reading that sentence?
Take that!
There! But you just suggested earlier that's where the true culprit might have been. True, but no matter how I look at it, this is the only place Adesans could have been. Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me! Are you accusing Mr. Adesans of being the true culprit in this case? Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer.
Objection!
Okay. How dare you be so disrespectful? First you criticize her benevolence and sights, now you accuse the head monk of murder!
Objection!
This is the only place the witness could have been. He was here. He could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room. There's nothing but groundless conjecture. That's not good with groundless conjecture. And there's one more thing. Do you remember what was said in the opening argument? The opening argument? During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as a monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. That's right! I'm one of it! Well, why don't we try this twist for size? The thief used his position as head monk at the temple to get a hold of the treasure. What? What? You're joshing me, man! The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure? You can't possibly be serious! Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Attiston's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to this court. So clearly, he isn't above lying. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that not but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question.
Objection!
This is ridiculous! Are there no limits to what this lawyer will say? I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake. I'm just waiting for the remote. Enough of the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. You're just embarrassing yourself, man. What? What was that, Mr. Asdistance? Lawyer, man. You really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. Call my belief into question. my faith in the Holy Mother, and nobody gets away with that. What is this mo? What on earth? That music is making my ears bleed. Yes, we have speakers in the courtroom now. This is the music of my soul. We've literally just gone shifting music drum. Death to the lawyer. I'm the Twilight Messenger. Can't you tell? Gotta take this lying lawyer straight to hell. Really is a distance for music in this country. He's dripping with lies, running with Philistines. I'm gonna send that lawyer to the guillotines. And now for something completely different. They had to throw the Mafia 5 joke in there, didn't they? And now for something completely different. The punk music wouldn't let me express my rage. You're rich, huh? Isn't the real source of your anger having your lie exposed? You just don't get it. If I lie, it's cause you drove me to it. All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations. Sorry, as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Keep making noise, and I'll have to use my partner here on you. I'm the one making noise? Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do you? Fine. Let's see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat. Savvy's right. Sweating bullets, ain't ya? The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery. Did he just win the quarter with that performance? We really just ended a rock concert in the midst of a court? It's been a while since I really forget. Yo, geezer! I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul. I call this chart topper Soul Screaming Truth. Soul Screaming Truth. The priestess's dance hand had come to an end. In the music stone room my way I did win. If truth is what you dread, hear me shred. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw I'll be creeping the treasure room. And trailing from behind, hounding the scent, I saw Pedro after Albie he went. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet, back to the storeroom, can't be beat. Then out went the power, ticket to midnight, blacker than the blackest, black robin all sight. Yeah, baby, let that soul metal flow. I'm trying. But what is that music? I've never heard anything like it. I'd like to clarify, essentially both that this trilogy, I've had to do both rap and was essentially equivalent to rock and roll. Why is this? Why am I doing with my life right now? In this case. And it's so fast! It's making my head spin. This is Download Metal! Oh, sorry, heavy metal. Never mind, mistake. Hey, yo, Geisa! How's those ears ringing? I don't know much about music, but I've got chills, and they're multiplying. Scared, lawyer man? Run away as fast as you can! What a wonderful rhythm. The perfect accomplishment for further deliberation. And Mr. Distance, what did you go to the music store room for? Yeah, I wanted to put my down away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after planning the ride. But why did you lie before? Because you sent me to hell! Huh? We all know the lawyers in the lion lawyer ways. Am I right, people? If I admitted to... Then I went to the storeroom. He had drummed up a false charge on me. I don't want to get sent to hell. What do you say? That's right. So would have happened. Now I see why the Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Karan? Yeah, you said it. Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? Apparently, yes. Now, are you punks ready to rock a what? I can hear you! I said you're ready to taste this line. How we do things around here? Alright, I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The scrimmage of my soul. You know, we're so very close to doing some really rocky, but it's probably not the case. Send the true face of Attestance.
Hold it!
Okay, so you went to the music storeroom? But how do we know you didn't go there? You didn't go to the treasure room and steal the treasure instead? Oh, and on what grounds would you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it? Okay, we'll probably go for around another 10 or so minutes and we'll stop. That's right, I don't have any proof yet. Well, you can't prove you didn't go to the treasure room either. You stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran to the music storeroom, isn't that right? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stars from every direction? The silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. Just what we needed. A moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claims goodbye. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? I said it before, I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess dance, I went to the music storeroom.
Hold it!
Alright. Well, it's likely to be my death truth. Okay. It's the blade of truth that's gonna send your lawyer soul to hell! I see a blood will be the last thing you ever see. Okay. I'm not sure I want to get what he's saying. And I didn't inspect the bobblehead like you, do you understand? And you get it, or you feel it, or you don't. Simple as that.
Hold it!
Okay. How did Albie appear at the time? Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like. You can tell it's up to no good. Shady, I tell you. What's that saying about people who live in glass houses? Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he looked fugitive.
Objection!
The defendant admitted he was sneaking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around? What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? It's wrong. Palubin knows the score, baby. From my lips to Holy Mother's ears, an artist only sings what he saw there. In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for God Boy there. And what did you see next, Mr. Addison?
Hold it!
Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, bud. What do you mean by pound on the scent? What? You don't get it? It's always the same, y'all. Lyrics questions without mercy. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy. It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning. I said hound in the scent like a hunted dog, cause you know, Ro was a god and... Uh-oh, here we go. The inspiration came to me suddenly, like a flash and...
Hold it!
That's okay. You don't have to explain your lyrics anymore. Hey, you're the one who asked! I knew I shouldn't have asked. Sir Stones, you're still in the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in Dalaman class. Fine, have it your way, geezer. The show must go on! Slash of Rash!
Hold it!
What exactly are you doing in the music storeroom? There, get the picture? Picture? What picture? Sir Addison is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over. Hey, geezer, you got it in one! Take a bow, baby! How the heck did he understand that? What was I doing in the music storeroom, you ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner crying, getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it?
Hold it!
Where were you when the power outage occurred? Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at that time? The hallway, you say? Why would I'd be in the hallway? You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. Lawyer man, just as always, so full of bull. Spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool. Filthy liar through and through, and I'm ever gonna forgive you. Utter lies with no evidence, as always, he claims are tenderous. Hey, nice, prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Oh god, I'm remembering the last 2 years when we've been playing Digimon. Why am I thinking of Jimmy Kin right now? Forget it. I'm gonna stop this their jam session, please. You made your assertions clear defense, but your argument is rather unsustainable. That's not good. So funny. Legend of distance. Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under cover of darkness.
Objection!
You're forgetting one very important thing. Huh? It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design. Oh, that's right. I did forget about that. It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him. You're right. Even I would have known there's someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that? What can I say about that? It's alright. Your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen. Well, maybe not magically. But... wait, that's it. I contend the witness could have made the power outage happen. With no magic necessary. What? You have a fear defense? All you have to do is make use of something shown on this diagram. What the witness used to make the power outage happen?
Take that!
The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say? Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man. And why not? You saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness with no source of light whatsoever? Is that what you're saying? You're... The light's off, the hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. No way to finish this trial. Yes. You can't see even a hand in front of your face? How could anyone commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused. I hate it when he's right. I can't just let his point stand. Oh, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide. Guide through the darkness? Something that's more than a little fake, wouldn't you agree? You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard, really make him feel it, you hear me? This is my mouth first, baby! Woo! I'm afraid I don't understand the witness lyrics very well, either. But in a trial, your argument must be clear and precise. I see some of that clear. The imprecise precision 9 defense. Sorry. Uh-oh. I do. Can you present to us something that could serve as a guide for the darkness? I can. I was gonna save. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something. Alright, let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding that serves as a guide for the darkness?
Take that!
I believe the victim was holding a treasure box. Huh? Huh? Have you gone mad? Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as sort of a beacon. Well, I guess you're right. But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box? Oh, well, because your guess is as good as mine. This is what we're talking about. Nonsense and lies yet again. Just give him the death penalty already. Is there no way to win them over? Vance? Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all? No, your majesty. Yeah, man, do it! And we can jam out to this lawyer's shrieks of pain. Ha ha ha! Better get those screams of agony out now, Mallor, man! Why, you still have a tongue to scream with? I better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. So why the victim was holding the treasure box? It can easily be explained as thus. Random film 9. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding that treasure box? The victim was holding the treasure box because he was... Because he was a security guard. I beg your pardon? Mr. Roll moved the treasure from the treasure room in order to protect it. What on earth are you talking about? He must have known that the treasure would be stolen on that day. Maybe he received a warning from the culprit? And thus, before the treasure could be stolen, Mr. Roll decided to take it somewhere else safe. My high feel. Your Majesty, don't let the defense forked tongue deceive you. The victim had even an inkling of potential theft. Surely he would have let the temple authorities know. Oh! You're right. He never mentioned a word of anything like that to me, and I'm the head monk. I'm suddenly not so confident about the answer. Oof, I just came dangerously close to find my soul sullied by this lawyer's lies. But I'm not lying. Let's try again. Let's try the other thing. Wait. Because we can try it. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon. I think it just might be the answer. And if we turn this whole trial upside down. Hello, defense? Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief? Victim? The thief? What kind of bull are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker! I mean, I'm pretty sure he was off that rocker about 9 years ago, but who's counting? If the victim was the thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off of it. But then he ran to Albie on the great stairs. That's when Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then, when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. That explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark. And how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him. Okay, do you have any idea what you're saying? You're unbelievable, lawyer man. I think you've lost it. Okay. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Roll trying to roll the temple. The full believer. That's Papakas carrying this. I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim. Of course, Your Majesty. Oh, really? In that case, can we assume you have proof? Uh-oh. Proof, huh? Do I have any proof? I'll back down now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence. Very well. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it. Footprints, fingerprints. I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. something that would have been involved with the theft. And that might still have some trace evidence left on it. What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief? Let's try the treasure box. The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it. Might. You better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense. Yes, sir, Your Majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box! There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. I don't find something in my entire argument up to this point would be blown. Plus, there's that little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. I just have to. Alright, to make sure I remember how to do this. Rotate the items with the right stick. I also use triangle and circle to zoom in and out to get a better look. And if we ever get turned around, you can always use reset, press the RV button, to return things to its initial state. Better search every instance in this box carefully. I'll understand everything of interest and detail with the X button. This is where the finished orb is, huh? I doubt there's any trace of orb left in here now. Though I don't really know anything about the orb, so who knows? There's a butterfly relief here. I've seen the same butterfly shape here or all over Koran. Interesting. I guess it doesn't really help with me prove anything. This is the lock. It was forced open. I don't really see anything else of note about it. Victim's blood. Did the blood get here when the victim struck this box? Did it splatter onto the box when the victim was hit with something else? I guess I can't really tell just by looking. The lid of this box was forced open. But while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too. Hey! What? You son of a... You locked it! So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with that key you're wearing. Yeah, I can. No sweat. Then why is there a bucket load dripping off you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Makatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, it's the Makatama key. Wouldn't it go in the hole above the Makatama mark? Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? I'm not so sure about that. What? Not even the Makatami can open. In any case, I better take another look. Good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. But that's bloodstain. It shows an outline of a hand. This be what I've been looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his hand When splatter across his hand, some head when splatter across his hand and onto the box.
Objection!
Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of a slurry deceit. What do you mean? Is that right? Where is your proof that the outline of this is of the victim's hand? What? I should have seen this coming. Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or can you save us all the time and bite your tongue off now and submit it instead? That I did not see coming. Well, depends. How about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand? Or could proof of something like that ever be? Oh. Oh, was that treasure box secret? Okay. Please submit your to this time. What evidence shows that the outline of the treasure box is that of the victim's hand? Photo. I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your cleanness with my forked tongue, it just so happens I have proof you require. You do? It's right here in this crime photo. It is? Where? Defense, please point it out. It's true that there's bloodstain outline on the box inside the victim's hand, you ask.
Take that!
Mr. Payne, take a good look at this at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood. That. We place Mr. Robin Roll's hands are inside the bloody outline. Think the blood in his hand would completely splatter? Completely splatter? Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct. Then the victim really was holding the box. I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense has reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box. Can't be serious! I protest. There's no way they would ever match up. I assert that it was patently impossible for. Ah! Talk about a tongue karma. Seems like he just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up, sir, in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court? What? Yeah. I can hardly believe it. Apparently, not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. And I like to continue to use my tongue in the future too, if you wouldn't mind. He never has to know who it really was a bluff. No, I must have rolled. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He mustn't need the money badly. Probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to... So that thing Mr. Roll would say to me... Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he said. Yeah. He was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Typical. Mr. Roll.
Objection!
Now just wait 1 minute. If the victim was a thief, and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed. Oh, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Objection!
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else. The real murder weapon? Was something else? The blood was thought to be gotten on the box when the box was used as the weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood spattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding when he was struck with the real weapon. That's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Assistance? Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong on my at distance? Got me riled up, Lawler Man. I feel a song coming on. Looking for a weapon, not just on assist. Pathetic Lawyer Man, drop into the abyss. Despicable Lawyer Man, you make me sick. You can just disappear just like a magic trick. This Lawyer Man done in by a weapon. You miserable wretch, out of bacon. Yeah. I know I don't need to remind you, defense, that your life is on the line. I know, Your Majesty. Yet you're prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon? Death to the lawyer! This is it. The moment of truth. I can't back down. Not now. You're mad? Yes, Your Majesty. I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist. That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon. Gladly. I knew which one it was. What would somebody like a distance use to bludgeon someone? Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Receiving. Yeah, let's see it, Lawyer Man. Let's see this thing that shows the mere murder weapon you say I use. Huh.
Take that!
Interesting. What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. But this thin thread is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this. Yeah. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning of the morning dance devotion. That photo? Ah, it's cool. That going to help you, Mr. Right? There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Oh yeah, it's two different ones. Instruments. Oh yeah, unless there's something, This thing right here is odd, to say the least.
Take that!
Mr. Addiston? Why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you played in the photo? Look at that! They're completely different shapes! I believe you said your diamond was your one and only. Well, Mr. Addiston, what do you have to say to that? I've got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Well, hey, I see then. Remember me that. Oh yeah, right, because I've gone to that death metal one. Not after you used the bludgeon as a roll to death. Your partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought her sister along, that's all. Not a big deal, Laura, man. In that case, please submit your old diamond to this court as evidence. Babas, you're too late. I got rid of her yesterday. What? Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby! No! You already destroyed the evidence? Yeah. Oh yeah, I brought up the thing about the name, his name being a reference to peace, love, and understanding. Yeah. And I see more trash right here in this court that needs to burn in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash! I'm not gonna. There's no proof to show. Oh, come on. That was pathetic. Brackney can sound better than that. What's that grape screen of yours? What's a great screen? This can't be how it ends. I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion. But, Your Majesty, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. You tell me you've forgotten the most fundamental principles of our profession. I mean, you can't be fun without sniffing proof. You claim that Mr. At Distance is the murderer and no more than conjecture. Arrgh. There's the pinned expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting. What is it now? You accuse Mr. Distance of being the thief, but the real thief turned out to be the victim. Uh-oh. And with that, Mr. Distance's purported motive for murder goes out the window. Ah! Right point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I'd been there, I would have just collapsed our rule and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there? There's no good kind of argument to that. Sounds to me like Mr. At Distance has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunately, as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case. Not good, not good. Hence, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case. What do I do? The murder's weapon has been destroyed. Now I've got no motive. Poor Albie will be convicted. I'll lose my life too. Oh, Mr. Wright, you've wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we've held sacred. We should charge you with lese majesty, in addition to the crime of abetting the accused. Yeah, you should pay for the screen. My poor name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting in the twilight. I know I got one of the words wrong there. I know. This guy is guilty of sin. I just know it. He must have some reason to kill Mr. Rule, but what? Come on, people! Let me hear a screaming shout! How to take this lawyer trash out! Thing to do at a time like this is turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what a business motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Did you steal it? He said. I know that Mr. Roll was the thief, and he had gotten his hands on the box. Then why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? What about the treasure box would prompted him to... Oh! Defense? What's gotten into you? Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. Like Polo. Hakakuna, man, what are you trying to say? Muttering and squealing yourself? Sounds like it knocked something loose upstairs. Your Majesty, please hold off your ruling for just a little while longer. Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life, nah? No, Your Majesty, that's not it. It's just that I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time. A misconception, you say? That's right. Only Phoenix can pull an ass, the randomest things out of his ass. I mean, argument-wise, not other thing. You know what I mean? A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out. Very well, let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, this is more of his nonsense. This is just stalling for time. This is your last chance defense. The second I find this really is nothing but nonsense, no amount of begging will stay my hand. Understand? Yes, Your Majesty. We all know this is going to be another one of your stupid bluffs. Now then, defense. What is this misconception you mentioned? The thing that we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was empty. What if the treasure box was already empty from the start? What? What? Please recall that miserable around the Albie on the grid stairs, he asked the boy a question. Did you steal it? He said. Also recall that Mr. Rowe was holding the treasure box at the time. So why then did he ask Albie the question that he did? That is a bit particular, isn't it? Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realize that by the time Mr. Rowe got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty. I beg your pardon? Mr. Rowe suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran into the boy on the stairs.
Objection!
But how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it.
Objection!
Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the box to the palace. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. Talk. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty. Oh, I see. Yes. I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he? Mr. Rowe most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all. Yeah. But what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with Mr. Distance? My point is this. I give Mr. Distance a motive to murder the victim. A motive? Mr. Distance, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. When the moment Mr. Rowe discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed. Because you decided then that he had to be sentenced forever. But that's absurd! Here. Okay. Can you believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just a colossal joke. Then, what really happened to the treasure? It had been stolen long before this incident occurred. By Mr. President at Distance himself. Mr. Wright? Will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Distance? Your Majesty, please don't listen to this trumped-up charge. The defense is grasping.
Objection!
The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Distance holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
Objection!
As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing the box open. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling. I'm not ready to give my verdict yet. Fun! The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case. Yes, finally. A tiny shred of hope. Is there distance? Would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claim? Ah! This is all bull! My noggin's a rage case and it's ready to explode, baby. Let's try this one. Instructor, at distance, please calm yourself. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. I dutifully watched over that treasure with pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing it? This lawyer is lying scumbag! Eep. You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ear holes, sheep hell. Let's rock! Death to the lion lawyer. My dear throat. Testimony. Lion lawyer. Steal the founder's orb! Me? I did it? This lion lawyer's insults knows no limit! I was gonna say burns, but okay. All this time I guarded the orbs faithfully! Sacred duty to the Holy Mother easy to see! Also, I'm going to literally apologize for this. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Boston box open, no key he need. Lion lawyer condemned him to hell. Kick him, throw him into the prison cell. All right, we've now heard from both sides. And the treasure box was forced open by the accused, as with his claims, or Mr. Distance opened it, as the defense claims. Defense, this is your last chance to cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Majesty. And if you're unable to prove your assertion by the end of this cross-examination, then the DC Act will come into play, and both you and the accused will lose your lives. I understand. Life or death, it all comes down to this. That's alright. Don't worry, Albie. I'm here to defend you. Promise I'll be alright. Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you can win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya. Together. It's a deal. Can't let Albie down. I have to win this trial. Somehow, I have to prove that only Distance could have stolen the treasure. Do your worst, lawyer trash! This is your requiem! The last song you'll ever hear from this mortal coil. Alright. Should be known as the final cost on. Yep.
Hold it!
Okay. But the argument that the orb was already gone before the murder fits all the facts. Okay. It's no use even talking to you. Where's your proof that I stole the orb, huh, lawyer trash? Tried. I don't have any proof. Yet I have. Yet, sorry, but I have to find some. Okay.
Hold it!
Your sacred duty, huh? The problem with that is that I don't think you really are a true believer. Why, you? I dare you question my faith. It's downright insulting. I'm not trying to insult you, but I can't suspend logic either. You wormed your way into the temple with the intent of stealing the treasure, didn't you? I had I've had all the insults I can take out of you, you lawyer trash! But you're the only one who can open the treasure box. You just keep on arguing the same old lie. I sing the truth, hear my battle cry!
Hold it!
The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it. Isn't that right? Come on, you just saw for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh yeah? Well, there's your proof right there. Score 1 for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? I do explain why the box was locked earlier. Maybe there's... Say it a different way. There's a different way to open the box! Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it, to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right? Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, lawyer man. Ah, you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, do you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner? I'll have you know, defense, the Kingdom of Kharian is not some sort of fantasy funland. Ugh. It's true I don't have any real grounds to make that assertion. Yet... Oh yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about a crazy lawyer with wild, fantastic ideas. The real method to open the lock, you say? Delusional man, there ain't no other way. Ah, new verse. Please do add to your testimony, Mr. Addisons. A real method to open the lock, you say? Delusional man, there ain't no other way.
Hold it!
Okay. Delusional, am I? We'll see about that. Wild ideas! That's called delusions! Makes up lawyers drowning in confusion! Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality. Let's hear it! What will it be? What is sinner's flight of fantasy? Of fancy? Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's gotta be some secret trick to opening the treasure box. Oh, really? And where exactly is this secret hidden? The secret is obviously hidden in... key. There's obviously some secret hidden in the key. I'd like to examine it, if you please. You don't know when to quit, do you? Here, go ahead. Examine it all you like. Nothing. I don't see a thing. Well, defense, what have you discovered? I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now. I told ya, didn't I tell ya? Yes, you told me. There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation. That's right. He just created the box by opening without using this Matima key. Wait, what did you say? I'll sing it as many times as I have to get through your thick lower skull. Only the Matima key unlocks the treasure. What is it? And reap the fountain's displeasure. Yeah. For the forgetful defense sake, could you please add that to your testimony? I have to? Cop it into your brain, lawyer man! Only let me tell my key unlocks the treasure, force it, and read.
Hold it!
Alright. There must be some secret trick to this key. Oh yeah, and what exactly is this trick? Okay, what's the smoke look for? Maybe something like it can change shape? Wow, man, that's a lot of machines you got there. I'll give credit where credit's due. You can dream like a champ. Just like any Magatama, this key is made of translucent material. Well, looking, it's pretty obvious it can't change shape. Yeah, I wasn't really sold enough on myself. Felt like there's something all about Mr. Distance testimony just now. I better take another look for the evidence.
Hold it!
I'm not the one who will be going to jail, Mr. At Distance. You are! You think so, huh? Here, what do you think, people? Also, I forgot to check on the evidence. Oh. Yes. It's not just me this lawyer's putting down. He's his own Koreanism and Koreanese people too. If he thinks he can get away with that, he's got another thing coming, right, people? Sorry, we're rare. I said we're very close to getting the people of Korea and the Viva Rocky. So close. That's right. Disrespectful lawyers to start to be removed post haste. Yikes! The gallery's getting really whipped up over this. Going to jail, you, not me. You don't believe me? Just wait and see. It's too late. No forgiveness for you. Not for me, the judge, or Her Holiness too. You rule the day you set foot in this court. To the gallows, lawyer, you will report. What was that just now? There's something all about his testimony. I can't afford to ignore inconsistencies, no matter how small. Smallest detail could blow this case wide open. I have to use the evidence to unlock a path to the truth. Alright, I think I've got the end point here.
Objection!
I could have the other way. Just a minute, Mr. At Distance. You just called your key the Metaman key, didn't you? Ah. But didn't you originally call it the Makatama key? No, one of the strings! The Metaman key? What's done? I don't know, Your Majesty, but apparently it's a rather crucial question. What? What's the big deal? So I said the wrong thing. So what? Simple slip of the tongue. An A for effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandson betrays your desperation. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument. What do you say to the event? What say to the events? It's an important detail. In my At Distance reaction, I say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty, it's very important. This key is apparently not the Makatama key, but rather the Metaman key. And I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. Nah, man, just a meaningless mistake. Insignificant. You're riding the crazy train of nowhere, lawyer man. Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any need. Don't nonsense. To tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I'm eager to find out. What? Defense, you will explain yourself like your life literally depends on it. Because it does. Now then, is the name of the key an important detail? Yes, it is absolutely important. It's an absolutely important detail. I think. Because the Metaman key is connected to the Founder's orb. I see. Very well. In that case, please show the court the ground to which you are basing this claim. The ground, Your Majesty? You can of course show grounds, can you not, defense? Of course! What else can I say? I have to come up with something, anything, even if it's just a bluff. Metaman key. Metaman. There has to be something somewhere that ties Mitama and the orb together. It could be reading the fence. But evidence shows a connection between the Mitama key and the Founder's orb.
Take that!
What's that? The Song of Ceremony? All this time, the answer was right there in front of me. It's right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells of the treasure of the founder of Koreanism. Hidden within its lyrics is the secret behind how to really open the treasure box. Holy honor! Yeah. How could that be, the fence? The Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitaman, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitaman here refers to the Mitaman key. Well, yes, it is the same word, but that doesn't mean... We've been calling this key the Makatama key. And that's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Makatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it. And I suppose you know the right way? I do, Your Majesty. To use this key, probably you have to first... flip it vertically. If you turn the Makatama upside down like this... it becomes the Korean symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitaman. Oh my! You're absolutely right. But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit into the lock that way. Oh, I know he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade after all. Must be some other place this key fits. But where? Let's see, where was the Song of Ceremonies again? When the butterfly embraces the Mitaman, favor of the orb is bestowed. Where should the Mitaman key be actually used? Eh!
Got it!
The axe. My goodness! The treasure box, it really opened! No way, man! What? No! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. It's the true key to opening the treasure box. It's all over, Mr. Pian. So. Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it won't budge. That's because the lock is, after all, just a decoy. Then what you're saying is... neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. And therefore, they had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen the... is the one man who knew about the Mitaman key. That's an distance. Ah! But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor of Mr. Rowe's body was the unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew about how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so, there could be only one culprit. Admit it, Mr. At distance, you're the one who killed Mr. Rowe. Ah! Yeah. Huh? Cuckoo. Cuckoo. It may have been one jam session, but it was one hell of a jam session. The first and only time we jam with him. It's all his fault. Why do you have to try and steal the treasure? Why do I have to spot him with that box? On my way to the storeroom after the morning dance. It's his fault I had to cause that blackout and clock him good. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could have known the treasure box was empty. Lose my position, said Monk. Who knew? Who knows what else they'd do with me? I couldn't let. I had to stop him. What a shocking development! I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago. No, my perfect, unblemished record destroyed. The incredible pain ruined. No! Did the lawyer really win? I can't believe it. No way. This can't be happening. Peace! I said peace! Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as anyone else. But the truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused, I'll be your guide. Not guilty? April 24th, 1:36 p.m. High Court Quran, accused lobby. There's still quite a commotion. The people from the gallery show no signs of clearing out. I can't believe it. Not guilty. I'm still in shock. Can you believe that guy? I feel everyone's eyes on me. This can't be happening. It's impossible. Holy Mother, preserve us. I've never been in the event lobby quite this uncomfortable. Is it right? Oh, Albie. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me. I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go for a while. I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I had a really hard time trusting you at first. That's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country. But how did it ever get this way in the first place? Allow me to explain. At least, I wish I could explain. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolence insight. Right. Raifa, the royal priestess. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider. High verdicts founded in untruth imparted by the very soul of the dead lack impartiality. For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but even with her benevolence defendants, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions. Right? Shh! Huh? Don't say that so loud! People might think you're a rebel! You could be arrested! A rebel? That's right. One of those people going against our queen and the court system. They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. And they're led by a scary guy named the Rook. They'll do anything to overthrow her embassy. Even commit crimes. Emerson, sorry. Rook. I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name. The thing you're saying sounds a lot like the stuff they say. But you're not scary like that, the Rook guy. Pardon the intrusion. Yeah, you. I want to talk to you, see? Light, is it? Right, sir. Phoenix, right. And you are? I'm the Korinus Minister of Justice. The name's Ingen Koran. I oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching the free ring circus in there. You were? Wow. The Minister of Justice. He's in charge of the entire court system. That's culpability act and all. Minister Inga! I hear you, sir. Run along, Money Monk. Grown-ups are talking here. Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir. May I help you with something? Just wanted a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Huh? Well then. He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of erotic creature in a cage. Oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Roll was a seasonal thief. A repeat offender, see? Had my men look into it, and they found all the booty he pillaged right there in his stakes. But he seemed like such a nice man. Why must Roll lie? Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook. A mook? How can you say that? Guess that's kind of soap story gets you common folks all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. I had my man check out that distance fella too. He wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents. What? They put the squeeze on our head mug, apparently. So we give up the Founder's Orb and tried to keep it hush-hush. Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, say what? That was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First, not guilty ruling in 23 years. You're making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catch my drift? Oh, well, Yikes, I'm in for 9. But thanks to that song and dance, we knew our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call a wash and let it slide this time. But all I did was defend the accused. You do your best to read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice, you get my drift? Even a dirty, no good punk knows there's a cash in his chips before the house steps in. Do us both a favor and keep an eye on the path you're walking down. You'll never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on. Yikes. He was kind of scary, wasn't he? Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about. Such as when we can continue the sightseeing tour. Tour? Oh, anytime, sir! We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. And there's still lots more temples to see. And all kinds of local foods to eat. I can show you the natural beauty of the area. Out in the waterfalls used for training. And I haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain views of the Plaza of Devotion. And there's... Oh god, no, I'm not even... I can't even catch it. Alright, slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time. And when we're done with all that, we can go see Maya together. Miss Maya together. Yeah, you bet. I wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay. Look at...
So, how about that not guilty, Dirk?
No. Sorry, Dirk, sorry.
I heard. Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
And yes, that will do it for the episode. I forgot that the opening episode this was about 3 to 4 hours long. Well, we're gonna wrap up now. It's like 20 past 11 night my time, so we're gonna wrap things up here. Hope you guys this week. We'll be back on this Wednesday, and we'll start off obviously the second episode, the magical turnabout. That being said, I'll see you next time. Bye.